Hello everyone, this is Project Pramaan, a verified skills passport for migrant workers paid for by the employers who lose money on bad hires. Every day, 2,299 Nepalese leave the country for work. Somewhere in that number is a welder with 8 years of experience. He gets on the plane and he gets hired as an unskilled laborer, not because he lied, because nobody could check. This is the market for lemons. When a buyer cannot tell good from bad, they pay the average price for everything. Here, the buyers are employers. No, the employer can test a skill claim before hiring, so everyone prices for the average, and the skilled workers get paid as unskilled. He takes the job anyway, refusing it means staying home. Nepal noticed. The Ministry of Labor started grading departing workers by skill, and the share marked skill went from 33% to 70% in 4 years. But their own joint secretary says that level comes from paperwork rather than a test and matches no international standard. So the label exists. Nobody has a reason to believe it. Here is what changed. Putting one Nepali worker into a golf job cost about $1,100. The worker used to borrow it. Under the employer pays principle, that cost is shifting onto the employer and the pressure runs one way. That builds our customer. An employer paying nothing to deploy a worker has no reason to check him. An employee writing an $1,100 check has every reason. That is Pramaan, Nepali for proof. A skills credential built from four independent kinds of evidence, a hands-on practical test, video recorded and rubric scored, a signed employer attestation, time-stamped work evidence that cannot be backdated, an accessor reputation scoring, which is the part that matters most. Every accessor builds a record, and when their passes starts correlating with employer complaints, they lose weights and get removed. The system audits its own verifiers. That is what stops this becoming another stamp nobody trusts. And it needs no connection at all. A foreman scans a QR code at a side gate in Doha and has his answer in under 2 seconds. The employer pays. The worker never does permanently, and that is a constant rather than a launch premiere. On our side, $25 on assessment less $9 of cost gives $16 of margin against 28,000 a month fixed. We break even at 1,700 assessments. On the other side, a $10 verification is under 1% of what deploying that worker cost. It has to prevent one by hire and 100 to pay for itself before you count rework or a safety incident. We are not launching everywhere. One corridor, Nepal to Qatar. One trade, structural welding, two training centers, and one employer. Then depth, then more corridors, then getting this written into bilateral level agreements. And the moat is not our software. It is the network of employers who trust the credential and accessors who produce to it. Recruitment agencies profit from exactly this opacity, and some of them will assist us. That is rational, not villainous, and it is why we sell to employers instead. The employer carries the cost of a bad hire, the agency does not. And here is what would make us kill this. If our first pilot shows no wage difference between verified and unverified workers, the premise is wrong. We stop, we publish the result, and we say so. Skill is the one asset these workers already have. Praman just makes it visible. Thank you.